Okay, so here's the next part in my countdown to the new year. I'm going to try and get both videos done today. Yeah. Um, Kids are still gone. They're supposed to be coming home today. So we'll see. So last video I went over how my 2025 went, which wasn't stellar, but there were parts of it where I got stuff done. And so now what I want to do before I really make any goals, like real goals, is I decided I did this little like header, I guess. I don't know. What do I want out of 2026? Now, I've never done anything like that before, so it's looking at what do I want total for the, what do I want to get out of the year? So, one, better health. And why is that? I put a why with that. And so basically, I can keep up with life and have energy and feel better because I know when I don't take care of myself, I feel like crap and I'm tired all the time and I can't get anything done. The next thing I want is feel more in control because I felt like I had like no control over last year at all. And basically not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. That's how I felt most of the time. And why do I want that? And that is because I'm tired often and I feel like I can't get anything done, can't get ahead, never feel prepared for anything. Yes, I said in my last video, there are certain things you can't really prepare for. But there were things I could have been more prepared for and I wasn't. So, something I have to think about. And one of the other things was feel like I'm moving forward, not backwards. Because sometimes I felt like that this last year. Or feel like I'm just treading water, like barely just keeping my head above water, getting through it. And why is that? Because it's a bummer. And it's like you look and you're like, oh, I really need to get this stuff done. Months later, you're like, oh my God, I haven't done anything. And then months later, I haven't done anything because everything just keeps compounding. And yeah, so that's one of them that I need to work on. So when it comes to my goals for 2026, this is where I'm getting a little bit more specific. And I'll talk more about the goals in the next video. But here is just give kind of like a brainstorm of what I'm doing. Okay, so better health. I said I want more energy. So to improve my energy, I got to look at my diet and think about the whole foods versus the processed foods. More whole foods, less processed foods. Exercise more. And I'm thinking more cardio to keep kind of my heart going and stamina and endurance, kind of. And decrease my sodas. I don't drink a ton of soda, but I still drink too much soda. You know what I mean? And I'm not staying well hydrated because you can tell by my lips it's like really bad. Another way to improve my health is decrease my stress. I am gonna think about some journaling, just like more brain dump, because sometimes things are just mulling in your brain and you're just you can't rest, you can't sleep, and just to let it all dump out. With that, I was also putting down like exercise and routines. Make time to escape. One of the things I wanted to do last year and I didn't do was read. I haven't done really any art. I did some crafting with the kids and that was really fun. And those are my ways to kind of escape for a little bit, especially now with how things are in the world. You're just like, I need a break. Okay. And I also need to find some other stress reducers. I know the kids like doing yoga. I might do yoga with them. I don't know. Another way to better my health, improve my physical health, my physical self. And that's where, and you hear a lot of people say, oh, I need to have more protein in my diet. The reason for that is because you start to lose lean muscle. So by having more protein, you're less likely to lose your lean muscle than not. So I can't lose it, I'm getting old. And so along with that is also more strength training to keep, my lean muscle along with the protein intake and to increase my lean muscle. And that's just improves my ability to keep up with things and do things and all of that. Also, and this is where weight loss does come in, I need to lose weight. I do carry too much weight on me. I need to get it down. And do that by really watching calories. Watching my calories, watching my macros. That's how I'm going to improve my physical self. Now, feeling more in control. This is where I kind of set it up, or the decreased stress. Set up routines. I lost kind of sight of some of the routines I had. And so I need a better morning routine than I have right now. Because right now it's just kind of like stumble out of bed, drink coffee, try to get the kids ready for school and stuff like that. I need to, better that routine. Another thing is like in the evenings, I need to get stuff done sooner than I do and have a better evening routine. That way I have more time before I go to bed to actually start to relax and maybe escape a little bit. And also include my me time. That's one of the things that usually goes first when I'm trying to take care of my family and do all that is my time, me gets. Another way to feel more in control is work on a schedule. Get a schedule of things, especially with, kids, my dad's doctors and all this kind of stuff. And have like a list of to-dos, and I'm going to talk more about that too. So I can stay focused. Because sometimes it's like, again, you get scatterbrained. That's why I want to do a brain dump. So I kind of clear my mind a little bit and kind of regain my focus. And use the routines to help set the schedule as well. So, schedule and routines. And so I can start getting things done and feeling like I'm a little bit more in control of my life than I am. Also, too, is set some boundaries. Again, I said I feel like I'm sometimes running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Going to the store every day. Not cool. So I've already kind of started doing that where I will not go to the store every day. Every other day, maybe, if necessary. It's a waste of money. It's gas I'm blowing trying to get stuff done. And it usually takes at least a good hour or more of my time every time I go to the store. I could have done other things. And I'm wasting it running to the store for a few things. Clock yourself. You'll find out that's kind of how it is. And, with that, setting the boundaries, realizing that my me time is sacred. I'm going to need that me time. If it's even for exercise, getting some cardio, going out, running, walking, whatever, reading, that me time is necessary so I can function better to do what I need to do for not just myself, but for my family. Okay? Let's see, next page. Oh, moving forward, getting shit done. That's the next one. That's where I'm running around like feeling like a chicken with my head cut off. This is where I will set some goals for myself that aren't necessarily related to the things I've just talked about. Like, yard always needs work. There's stuff on the house that needs to be done. I love my 5Ks, doing those things. I wanted to do blogging and I didn't. All of that kind of stuff. those are some of the things I want to get done and feel like I've accomplished something and see it move forward. And, part of that is just brainstorming and breaking it down and then fitting it into that schedule, those routines. And basically, yeah. And having it all kind of written down, and so I can go back and look at it. And that's where evaluating regularly is important. So I was thinking about at least every 3 months, really looking and seeing where I'm at with everything I planned, where I'm at, getting stuff done, where I'm at with my physical self, my health, everything, and just kind of maybe little check-ins every week, every month, and then really look at what's going on every 3 months and say, okay, this is not working, really tweak it and do all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, I have other things, like I said, blog. There's a challenge I want to do, which I'll talk about after the first of the year. Do some more 5Ks. I do 3 a year. Like to do more. Half marathon is still on my list. And I might be able to do it here in my own area, closer to home. We'll wait and see on that one. Again, I would like to get to my goal weight, not by my birthday, but maybe by the end of the year. And there was that bike race. And so I really need to work on my bike and work on the bikes for the everybody else. And that way we all kind of can get out and do stuff too. So anyway, that's one of the things like I said, I'm doing differently this year is looking at what I want out of 2026 and starting to break it down so I can start actually having goals to accomplish what I want overall in 2026. Right? Thanks for watching. Bye.